Advanced transcription number 38, speed 100 words per minute. Start. The select committee has done a very good job, studied the matter thoroughly and improved the bill so that it has become more presentable. The picture that has now emerged is clearer than it was at an earlier stage. However, I would like to offer my comments on 3 or 4 clauses. Clause 2 is very important. I would refer to 2 items under that clause. In clause 2a, an inclusive definition of the word divided has been given. This is a definite improvement. Therefore, the matter would be dealt with in a more judicious and better way than hitherto. However, this subject is such a difficult one that it is not so easy to make any definition a perfect one. From this angle, there is a lacuna even in this definition, which is no doubt a very good improvement upon the earlier definition. In subclause E of this clause, any payment of any sum by way of advance or loan to a shareholder or any payment on behalf of or for the individual benefit of any such holder is deemed to be included in the word dividend. The language of this subclause is not very happy. Cases have arisen where the department has assessed a shareholder who is a partner of a firm and where the firm acts as financier to such company, where at any time during the course of the previous year in a current mutual account between the company and the firm, a credit appears in favor of the company even though the account may subsequently turn into a debit against the company, that is, the amount is wiped out by payment of such credit as the company has in the same account taken loan. Subsequently, the income tax officer has treated the credit as distribution of dividend to the shareholder who is a partner in the firm. I think in this case, this definition works very excessively and harshly. This cannot be the intention of this subclause. Unless an amount by way of advance or loan remains outstanding at the end of the year and particularly on the date of company distributes dividend, such temporary advances of loans could not be deemed to be the distribution of a dividend to a shareholder. One has to make this type of financial arrangements when one is in charge of the affairs of a company. Further, if the advance or loan is to a firm, an association of persons of a Hindu undivided family, and on the registers of the firm, the partner or the member in his individual capacity is the shareholder, then in such a case an advance or loan made to the firm, the association of persons of the Hindu undivided family, cannot be termed as advance to the partner or the member. Further, the language is unhappy in other respects also. In the case of payment to a shareholder, unless it is an advance or loan, it cannot be treated as a distribution of dividend to him while where the payment is on behalf of or for the individual benefit of any such shareholder. Lastly, I come to clause 271. No person shall be qualified to represent an assessee in case in his own assessment a penalty has been imposed for concealing the particulars of his income or deliberately furnishing inaccurate particulars of his income. Does this suggestion apply to legal practitioners and advocates appearing on behalf of an assessee? This is a very moot point. From this angle, the class of legal practitioners are agitated. In the case of advocates whose conduct is governed by the Bar Council's Act, will a matter relating to his own assessment debar him from carrying on his profession? It may be that in a particular case, the income tax officer wrongly holds that the advocate is guilty of concealing the particulars of his income, deliberately furnishing inaccurate particulars of such income, and a penalty is imposed. Immediately such an order is passed, the advocate will be debarred from practicing or representing an assessee. If otherwise qualified to appear in other cases, why debar him from appearing in cases of assessees? Further, this order imposing penalty may be taken to be a finding of misconduct on the part of the advocate, and a question may then arise whether he would be debarred from carrying on his profession altogether. This suggestion of the Select Committee needs reconsideration, and in my opinion, the clause needs suitable change. The legal profession should be protected and they should be allowed to represent the assessees even though there might be complaints against their assessment of incomes. With these few suggestions, I again commend this bill and would like to congratulate the Select Committee for the hard labor that they have put in and bringing the bill in a presentable form. One is that the special surcharge at present levied has been raised slightly, and the other is that the minimum distance charged for coal has been altered slightly. With regard to the first item, very small revenue is being expected, which is of the order of about rupees 50 lakhs per annum, while in regard to the second item regarding coal, even a figure has not been given because it is stated to be a very small item. Beyond this year no change has been made in regard to freight rates as well as passenger fares. There have been many comments on this point, and some of my friends on this side attributed it to this being probably the budget speech in the year before the election. I am sure Shri Jagjeevan Ram will not put the interest of the party above the country, and he must have had very cogent reasons for not enhancing the fares and freight rates. We will be very pleased indeed to know his point of view as to what he has to say in the matter. But we know very well that already taxes in the country are very heavy all round.